Okay, children, good morning, children. We are going to discuss about next class of vertebrate. What is that next class? Class Osteoctis. What is called? Osteoctis. So, this point you should have to remember Osteoctis. So, in the Greek, osteon. What is called? Osteon means bone. Okay, and ichthyus. Ichthyus. Ichthyus means fish, bony fish. Okay, children, very carefully you should have to listen. Very important class. Observe very carefully. So it includes both. It includes both marine and freshwater. It includes both marine and freshwater fishes. This point you should have to remember. Marine and freshwater fishes. This point you should have to remember. The second one, the bony endoskeleton. The skeleton of these species are bony endoskeleton. Bony endoskeleton. The next, another important one, it is, or these are, have spindle. Which one? Spindle shaped body. Spindle shaped body. This point also you should have to remember. The skin is, next one, the skin is covered by, okay, the skin is covered by ganoid, very important, ganoid, cycloid, cycloid or ctenoid. Cycloid are also called, what is called, ctenoid. Very important bit ma, ctenoid scales. Okay, this is the neat bit. So what is that one? The osteoctis skin is covered with gonoid, cycloid, ctenoid scales. The next important, respiration. Respiration is by four pairs. Respiration is by four pairs. This one we have to remember. Respiration is by four pairs of filamentous. What is called? Of filamentous gills. Respiration by four pairs of filamentous gills and is covered by very important an operculum and gill cover. What do you call gill cover? You know very well. Operculum. Because it is operculum on either side. Both sides the gills are there and both are covered by operculum. Okay, this point also you should have to remember. The next important one, air bladder is air bladder. What is called? Air bladder. This point you should have to remember is present. Is present. Air bladder is present with or without or without a connection to the gut. So there is no connection or with connection also the air bladder will be connection to the gut will be present. So air bladder is very important. It helps in the, what is the importance of air bladder? It helps in, okay, it helps in what we called gaseous exchange. What we called gaseous exchange. This point also you should have to remember. Example, lung fishes. Which fishes? Lung fishes. Okay, this point you should have to remember. And for, not only for gases exchange, and for what you called maintaining, what you called, and for maintaining, this is a point you should have to remember. And for maintaining buoyancy, what you called buoyancy, this point you should have to remember. Buoyancy, buo, what is called buoyancy. Buoyancy, it is helpful for maintaining buoyancy in most of the, which one, in most of the ray finned fishes. Most of the ray finned fishes. So this point you should have to remember. They have, next one, they have ventrally placed two-chambered heart. Ventrally placed, what is called, two-chambered heart is present. Ventrally placed two-chambered heart is present. This also you should have to remember. Next one, these excretory organs are excretory. What I said, excretory organs. What are the excretory organs? Are mesonephric kidneys. What is called? Mesonephric kidneys. Always should have to remember. Next, another important one. These all are ammonotelic. What is the meaning of ammonotelic? Their excretory material is ammonia. The presence of, very very important, well developed lateral, what do you call, well developed lateral line, lateral line sense organ is present. Lateral line sense organ is present. The sexes are separate. Sexes are, what you call, separate. This point you should have to remember. External fertilization. What is that? Next one is external fertilization. Outside of the body, the combination of male and female gametes will be takes place in the most are, and these all are, most forms are ovi, what you called, oviparous. Most fishes of this class are most, okay, most forms are oviparous. Okay children, this one you should have to remember. Okay children, observe very carefully. This is the most important class, Osteoctis. We call Osteoctis. What are the characters of Osteoctis? We are going to discuss about the Osteoctis. In the Greek, osteon means what? Osteon means bone. What do you call? Osteon means bone. This point you should have to remember. Osteon means bone. Ichthys means fish. Osteon means bone. Ichthys means fish. This point you should have to remember. The next important one, the both are. So this osteoic fishes both means they live in the marine and also they live in the fresh water. Marine means oceans, freshwater means lakes, rivers, like that. The bony endoskeleton. Skeleton is bony endoskeleton, means the skeleton is made with bone. This is only very important neat bit. Osteoctis endoskeleton is bone, made with bone, and they are spindle shaped. Okay, they are spindle shaped body. The skin is covered by, this is a neat bit here I wrote, this is a neat bit. Skin is covered by canoid, cycloid or ctenoid scales. Cycloid or ctenoid scales are related to Osteoctis. Next, placoid we discussed in the Chondrioctis. Here Osteoctis. Osteoctis scales are cycloid or ctenoid scales. The respiration is by 4 pairs of, how many? This is a neat bit, 4 pairs of filamentous gills. They have filamentous gills and is covered by operculum. So operculum is present. Operculum is there on either side of the Osteoctis. The next, another important one, air bladder is present. So in the Osteoctis, air bladder is present with or without a connection to the gut. Sometimes air bladder is connected to the gut. Sometimes even without the connection to the gut, gut is there. So without connection to the gut, air bladder is present. What is the use of air bladder? That helps in the air bladder helps in the gaseous exchange in the lung fishes and for maintaining balance, buoyancy. What do you call? Helpful for maintaining buoyancy in most of the ray finid fishes. Where it will be buoyancy? Maintaining buoyancy in which fishes? Ray finid fishes. So the ventrally placed two-chambered heart. These Osteoctis class have ventrally, not dorsally, ventrally placed two-chambered heart. And excretory organs are mesonephric kidneys. The kidneys also there. There the mesonephric kidneys are present in the Osteoctis. They releases the ammonia. That's why they are called ammonotelic. The well developed. These are very important. This is also neat bit. What is the neat bit? In the Osteoctis, well developed lateral line sense organ is present in the Osteoctis. The sexes are separate. They will perform, male and female are separate, and they shows the external fertilization, means outside of the body the combination of male and female gametes will be takes place. They are what you called, and most of the osteoctase fishes are oviparous. Most of the fishes are which one? Oviparous. So these are the general characters of which one? Osteoctase. Now what we are going to do is the examples of osteoctase we will be discussed. What are the examples? Examples of osteoctase are most important. The examples of osteoctase. What are the examples of osteoctase? We are going to discuss. The examples. Number one, examples of osteoctase. Number one, what is called exocetus. Exocetus. It is also called flying fish. What is called exocetus or flying fish. Next one, hippocampus. What is called hippocampus. It is called seahorse. What do you call it is? Seahorse. Next, the most important one, lebio. What is called? Lebio. It is called rohu. And another important one, katla. What do you call? Katla fish. What do you call? Katla fish is the best example. Katla. And echinus. What do you call? Echinus. Echinus is called. What is another name of echinus? It's called suckerfish. Suckerfish. Next one, pterophyllum. What is called? Pterophyllum. What is a pterophyllum? It is related to angelfish. What is called? Angelfish. Okay. Hippocampus, seahorse, exocetus, flying fish, labio, roha, katla, echinus, suckerfish, pterophyllum, angelfish. These all are the neat bits. In exams, what they will ask, what is a suckerfish, echinus, like that you should have to remember. So exocetus, flying fish, hippocampus, seahorse, labio, roha, katla, echinus, suckerfish, pterophyllum, angelfish are related to the examples of which one? Osteoctase. These are the examples of which one? Osteoctase. Then we are going to discuss about next class in the vertebrates. Those are called amphibians. What we are going to discuss about next class is amphibians. What is called amphibians? What is the amphibians? We are going to discuss. Okay, children, observe carefully. Amphibians, class amphibia. Class amphibia. Class amphibia means, you know very well, amphi. What is called? Amphi means both. Amphi means both. Bios. What is called? Bios means life. Amphi means both. Bios means life. Amphibians are first vertebrates. First vertebrates. Okay. And tetrapods. Vertebrates and tetrapods to live, very very important, to live both in what is called aquatic as well as terrestrial habitats. What is called, first important point, this is terrestrial habitats. So children, this is the first one. They are poikilothermous. Poikilothermic. They are related to poikilothermic. Their body is divisible into number one, head. Number two, trunk. Number three, head, trunk, and most of them have head, trunk. Most of them have what you call two pairs of limbs, and they have two pairs of limbs. So two pairs of limbs are present. Tail may or may not be present. So tail you called? May not be. Tail may or may not be present. This point also you should have to remember. Tail may or may not be present. Next, the skin is smooth. What about the skin? The skin is smooth. First point, the skin is smooth and rough. Smooth or rough. What you call? Smooth or rough and moist. Okay, moist. Next point, rough, moist, pigmented. These all points you should have to remember. Moist, pigmented, and what you called? Glandular. What you called? Glandular. This point also you should have to remember. I have what you called? I have eyelids. I have eyelids and the tympanum and the tympanum. What you call? Tympanum represents the ear. Tympanum represents the ear. This point also you should have to remember. Tympanum represents the ear. Respiration is next one. Respiration. Next point. Respiration is by gills. Respiration is by gills. This point also you should have to remember. Lungs. Okay, children. Lungs. Okay. Respiration through gills and lungs and through skin also, and through skin also respiration process will be there. And the next most important point to discuss is heart is three chambered. What is called? Heart is three chambered. This point you should have to remember. The kidneys are what is called? Kidneys are mesonephric. Kidneys are what is called? Mesonephric. This point you should have to remember. Sexes are separate. What is called? The sexes are separate. Sexes are separate. This point you should have to remember. Means male is separate and female separate. And fertilization. This point you should have to remember. Fertilization is what do you call the fertilization is external. Fertilization is outside, means male and female gametes join together outside of the body. They are oviparous. What is the meaning of oviparous? They lays the eggs. This is another important one. And development is direct. Next point is development is direct. This point you should have to remember. Okay, sorry, development is indirect. Why? Because they have larval form. You know very well larval form. Indirect. They show hibernation. What is the meaning of hibernation and estivation? Summer sleep and winter sleep. Hibernation. Okay. Summer, winter sleep, estivation, summer sleep. Okay. Hibernation and estivation. Examples. What are the examples? Here I am writing example. Buffalo is also called toad. Example, buffalo or toad. Then rana, what he called frog. Next, hyla, what he called. These are all the things. Tree frog. Okay, rana, hyla is a tree frog. And salamandra, what he called salamandra. Salamander. Okay, salamander. And another important one, ichthyophis. What is called? Ichthyophis. Ichthyophis means limbless amphibians. What is called? Limbless amphibians. Limbless amphibians. Okay, children, observe very carefully. We are going to discuss about the class Amphibia. What is called? Class Amphibia. This point you have to remember. Amphi. What is the meaning of amphi? Both. Bios, life. What is both? They live in the water. At the same time, they live in the oceans. That's why we are considering both. The first vertebrates and tetrapods to live both in aquatic as well as terrestrial. So aquatic and terrestrial will be there. Next, poikilothermic. The poikilothermic means, what is the meaning of poikilothermic? The body temperature will be changed according to the conditions. Okay, that's why they will be called poikilothermic. And the body is divisible into head and trunk. Body is divisible into how many parts? Head and trunk. Head, trunk. Next, they have two pairs of limbs, four limbs in limbs like that. That is called two pairs of limbs are there. Tail, you know very well, tail may or may not be present. Tail will be there or may not be present. So in frog, did you see tail? No. So tail is absent, but somehow tail like that will be there. The next one, skin is smooth. The skin is the most important one. Skin is smooth or rough or moist. Why? Because you know why moist means the skin contains, you know, frog skin have moist because moist glands are present. That's why the frog skin, you have to be observed, that is slippery. What you call the frog skin is have moist glands. They secretes the mucus and they are slippery and they are pigmented. They have pigments are present on the skin. That's why the brown or yellow or green such kind of colors they will show. And they are glandular. I said no, glandular means mucus glands are present. Okay children, the smooth skin is smooth, rough, moist and pigmented and glandular. Next important point is I have eyelids. What I said, I have eyelids. And the tympanum, this is the most important point. They have tympanum is present. You know, tympanum represents the ear. So no ear pin or nothing, not like that. Only tympanum is present. That is external, represents as the ear. Respiration, you know, the respiration is the exchange of the gases like carbon dioxide and oxygen. So such kind of breathing and respiration is by gills only. Lungs, how many respiratory organs? See, in the tadpole larva, gills. In the developed frog have lungs and skin. So frog, if you take example, in the tadpole larva, gills are there. Through the gills, they will involve the respiration. In the developed or adult form of the amphibians, they performs through the respiration through the lungs and through the skin. So gills, lungs and skin are the respiratory organs. The heart is three-chambered. There are three-chambered. What are the three-chambered heart? Two auricles, and one ventricle is there. So that's why heart is three-chambered. Kidneys are there. They are mesonephric. So mesonephric will be there. Next, the sexes are separate. What I called mesonephric kidneys. Next one, sexes are separate means male frog is different, female frog is different in the sense such kind of character, you know very well, dimorphism. That is called sexes are separate. And the fertilization is external. What is the meaning of external fertilization? The combination of male and female gamete outside of the body is going on in the sense that is called external fertilization. The oviparous, they lays the eggs. Development is indirect. Development means the larval form is there in the sense in their development. That kind of development process is called indirect. They show hibernation, you know, winter sleep, estivation, summer sleep. Means when the conditions are not good, what they will do, they took the complete rest. They took the complete rest, that is called hibernation. Or if the summer they took the rest in the sense, that is called estivation. Hibernation, winter sleep, estivation, summer sleep. Examples of that: buffalo, toad, rana. What do you call examples? Buffalo. Examples are buffalo, toad, rana, frog, hyla, tree frog, salamandra, salamander, and what you called ichthyopis. What you called ichthyopis? What is important? Ichthyopis, ichthyopis, ichthyopis. So that is ichthyopis means what? Limbless amphibians. So buffalo, toad, rana frog, hyla tree frog, salamandra salamander, ichthyopis limbless amphibians. So these are the examples and the characters of amphibians. Okay, these are the characters of amphibians. So next class we are going to discuss about some more phylums like reptilia, aves, and what you call mammals. In the next class, we will be discussing. Thank you, children. So some characters we will be discuss. Only some characters of reptilia we will discuss, and we will cover that one. So reptilia. What are the reptilia characters? Only some characters we will discuss. Then we will finish this class. Only introduction of reptilia we will discuss. Okay, what is reptilia, and remaining part we will discuss in the tomorrow's class. Okay, children. Class reptilia. Class reptilia. So this point you should have to remember. What you called repere. Repere. What you called repere, or what you called rectum. Repere or rectum means to creep, or what you call crawl. To creep or crawl. Repere or rectum means to creep or crawl. So what are the characters? Mostly terrestrial animals. What you called? Mostly terrestrial animals. This point you should have to remember. Means they live on the land. And their body, next one, their body is covered. Their body is covered by what you called dry and what you called cornified. What you called cornified skin. Cornified skin is there with cornified skin with cornified skin with epidermal scales, or cornified skin, epidermal scales, or scutes. These points you should have to remember. Reptiles have three-chambered heart. Reptiles have three-chambered heart. This point you should have to remember. Reptiles have three-chambered heart, but very important, four-chambered, what you call four-chambered heart is there. Four-chambered heart in crocodiles. Okay, four-chambered means four, you know very well. Crocodiles. Okay, crocodiles it will be there. Okay, children. The next point, all are what you call all are cold-blooded animals. What is a cold-blooded animals? Just now I said 5 kilotherms. What is that? 5 kilotherms. 5 kilotherms. Okay, 5 kilotherms. So they can change according to the conditions. They are cold-blooded animals. Most reptiles, okay, reptiles lays the what you called sclerotic eggs. CLE. Okay, this one is important. CLEDOIC. Cleodoic eggs. Cleodoic eggs with what you called cleodoic with eggs with extra recalled extra embryonic what you called membranes. Extra embryonic membranes are there. Okay, what are the extra embryonic membranes? Like number one, amnion and allantois and chorion. Okay, chorion and yolk sac are there in the which one? In the reptilia. Okay, excretion by metanephric. Here metanephric, excretion by metanephric, because metanephric kidneys. Okay, metanephric kidneys, and are these all are what you called uricotelic. What you called uricotelic. Uric acid they will be released. That's why they are called uricotelic. Next important, the sexes are separate. Sexes are what you called separate. Sexes are separate. Male and female are separate. And the next one is well marked sexual dimorphism. Well marked sexual dimorphism. This point you should have to remember. Well marked sexual dimorphism. So which kind of fertilization? Internal, what do you call? Internal fertilization. Fertilization will be takes place. Internal fertilization. And next one, all are what you called oviparous. All are oviparous means they lays the which one? Eggs. All are oviparous. Okay, children, observe very carefully the most important points, most important characters of reptilia we are discussing. In Latin, repere. Repere means rectum. Repere or rectum. Repere or rectum is called means to creep or crawl. Repere or rectum means to creep or crawl. Mostly terrestrial animals. These reptilia, all animals are terrestrial. Their body is covered by dry and cornified skin. So skin will be like these. Cornified skins are there, like snake and what you called crocodile, with epidermal scales are scoot, like crocodile and what you called the snake, like that. There are the three chambered heart will be present, but four chambered. This is the most important point. This is a neat bit. What is the neat bit? All reptiles have three chambered heart, but four chambered heart is there in the crocodiles. All are cold blooded. They are also called poikilodermas and lays the cleodioic eggs. This is also neat bit. The lays the which one more yolk is there, so that's why the cleodioic egg with the extra embryonic membranes inside. Embryonic membranes are there. These are also neat bit. What are the extra embryonic membranes present in the reptile eggs? What are those? Amnion, allantois, chorion, yolk sac. Amnion, allantois, chorion, yolk sac. What are these extra embryonic membranes? Membranes extra will be present in the eggs. That's why they are called extra embryonic membranes. So the excretion is through metanephric kidneys. The uricotelic secretes the uric acid. Sexes are separate, male and female. Their excretion is uricotelic. Uric acid. That's why they are called uricotelic. Sexes are separate, male and female are separate. They have well marked sexual dimorphism means easily identify the male and female. The fertilization is internal fertilization. Male and female gametes will be takes place in the inside of inside of the body. Internal means inside of the body. That's why they will perform the which one? Internal fertilization. Male and female gametes inside of the body combination will going on. That's why that is called internal fertilization. So they lays the eggs. They are called oviparous or eggs. For example, here I am telling testudo. Example, what I am drawing? Testudo. What is the testudo? Testudo means, you know very well what is testudo. Tortoise. We call tortoise is the best example. Some more example I will write in the tomorrow. Thank you, children. We'll meet in the next class.